You already did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Week 7.
Hi, guys.
Welcome to week 7.
Marriage Monday.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us today.
We are so grateful, actually, to have you guys here. We've heard so many comments from so many people, and please leave in the comments below things that you would like Cindy and I to talk about or share.
If there's questions or topics you want to talk about, we'd like to address them.
Yeah,
Otherwise, we'll just come up with our own material. We're entertaining each other enough.
Yes, because there is actually no entertainment left in the house.
No, we're sitting in a somewhat empty space.
Vacuous. Completely vacuous.
I kind of joke it looks like a crack house because there's just like random, not that I've been in a crack house, but there's like just random like mattresses and boxes.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and leave that metaphor behind.
But it's empty. There's no TV, there's no Xbox.
Yeah, and the boys have been doing like arts and crafts with leftover cardboard boxes.
Yeah,
because
it's amazing what you can do with cardboard boxes and duct tape.
Necessity is the mother of invention, and so we just want to talk about the things that God's emptied. We have an empty house because we're moving. Most of you aren't moving, but I think God has been removing stuff, and maybe at least for me, what I realized was a lot of times I would just fill the spaces with busyness, good things,
right?
But busyness. And then when we were no longer busy, everyone was together all at the same time, I realized I needed to actually relearn how to play with my boys. I needed to relearn how to relate with you when I can't take you out on a date. How do I keep our marriage strong when
just buy me gifts
we're around each other like all the time? Just go on Amazon and order you stuff?
No, don't do that.
No,
I see what you mean, though. I think most of us, unless you're in the healthcare industry or you're, medical professional, first responders, essential business, unless you're one of those and you're home or working from home or even lost jobs, there's a place of like, what do I do when I'm not running? Yeah. I think that's been one of the biggest aha moments is like, what do we do when we're not just going breakneck speed and we have filled our time with a lot of stuff? Yeah. Not bad stuff. No. Good stuff, but just full. And I think because we are moving, we're going through that process of just getting rid of stuff, right? The purge and how
Marie
much.
Kondo to the
just
max.
Like, I just love getting rid of things. And so kind of that analogy's been running with me where I think our lives, they get so busy, we just have a tendency to accumulate. We can do that emotionally, we can do that spiritually, we can do that physically, relationally. We can just kind of accumulate and let stuff build because we're just busy and we're just moving and we don't take time to like declutter. And then when we're just sitting with each other, it's like, what do we do with all this stuff we've got that's undealt with? Right. And so I know a lot of couples have been dealing with a lot of stuff because we're facing it all, while we're at home. Yeah, but this season is preparation for the next one, and that's the thing that God's been telling me is, John, don't run from the empty spaces and don't try and fill them up with other things. Yeah. Let me fill them up with what was supposed to be there in the first place. And because this makes me feel insecure, there's no structure, there's no noise
there's
bounces
no place
off a lot
to
louder.
sit. And, and
so loud.
And so I would just encourage you, don't rush past this season. And I know things are slowly starting to open up, but please during this season get the most out of it that you can by opening up to the Lord and each other. Cindy and I have learned to be really vulnerable with each other again, not only through the emotions of a move and saying goodbye to an amazing church and hello to another one, but just as a married couple, really being honest with each other about things that frustrate each other and times when we're getting on each other's nerves.
Not that, whatever.
And so I would just
some of us need more space than others. Right. Some of us. Right. Not all of us. Yes. We're all different that way.
So sometimes she wants to go on a walk with me, and sometimes she's like, you know what, I'll take this walk alone. On my own. Yes, and that's good. It's good to be able to have those boundaries and to be able to communicate that. But all I'm saying is don't be too quick to fill up the empty space with more binge watching or more busyness. And even as things begin to open up, let's really take to heart what it is we learned during this time.
Yeah, I feel like in all of the craziness of this pandemic, I think there's also a gift. And it's, I hear it all over. I was just listening to this interview of the Goonies cast yesterday, and one
Goonies,
of the guys,
one of the
Josh
best
Brolin,
movies.
was saying it really causes you to reevaluate your life because you slow down long enough to. So there's something in this season that is tricky and strange as it is. There's a gift, and would we be aware and alert enough to mine that gift, to look for it? God, what is it you're teaching me in this season? What is it you're slowing all this down for me to learn that I need in my next season? I don't want to miss it. I want to get a hold of it so I'm ready for my next season.
Yeah. So let God empty out the stuff that you don't need anymore. Don't be quick to fill it up with things that were familiar from before. And really take this time to say, Holy Spirit, what do you want to fill in this place? So for Cindy and I, it's been getting back to praying for each other, sharing our journals with each other, and we would really like to know how we can be praying for you in this season. If you'll leave it in the comments below, we're just praying that the Holy Spirit would fill your marriage. Our whole goal with this Marriage Monday is that our marriages would be stronger on the other side of this than they were before the whole quarantine and shut down. That God is doing some soul surgery, and so let us know how we can be praying for you, where you feel empty, where maybe there's kind of some tension between you and your spouse. And Cindy and I would be privileged to pray with you for